Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Book Review Blog. I am your book reviewer, and today we're going to review the book Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. Unfortunately, I don't have the book to show you because I listened to it via audio, but nevertheless, I will still review it. It's a very odd book where it focuses on a year in, I believe 1984 is the year, but that's not important. But it goes through each month, starting with January, and in January, in the city of Tarker's Mills in Maine, a character named Arnie is the first person in Tarker's Mill to meet this werewolf. And he's just sitting at home when the werewolf bursts through his window and kills him. So now the residents of Tarker's Mill has been introduced to this werewolf. And then it goes on through the months and through February to December, and the residents of Tarker's Mill are each one a month is being introduced to this werewolf. And it takes about until April to where the townspeople are saying, you know, we've had murders throughout the months, or, you know, through each a month that, you know, are kind of connected, where they're all on the full moon and they're all been like ripped to shreds as by an animal. Maybe we've got something going, you know, maybe this is something that's kind of supernatural, like a werewolf or something. And one of the people that remarks that this has been going on is the Reverend Lester Lowe, who is the Reverend of the Grace Baptist Church in Tarker's Mill. And another one who also notices that this is going on is a 10-year-old wheelchair-bound boy named Marty Coslaw. And it takes Marty's first interaction with the werewolf happens on 4th of July. And what he's doing is he's shooting off little fireworks in his backyard. And he sees the werewolf. And what happens is that he ends up throwing firecrackers at the werewolf and hurting his left eye. So now, and then it seems that there is a townsperson in Tarker's Mill who now wears an eye patch over his left eye. And at the time, you don't know who it is, because Stephen King kind of keeps it secret. But eventually, you do learn that this man who has the eye patch over his eye is this werewolf. And I won't give out who he is, but I'm sorry, Marty sees him again on Halloween night while he's out trick-or-treating, and that's where he makes the connection that this man who he knows in Tarker's Mills is the werewolf. And so he starts sending him threatening notes going, I know who you are, why don't you turn yourself in, why don't you kill yourself, type of thing. And then so this werewolf, or this man/werewolf, decides to attack Marty on New Year's Eve in December, obviously. And so that's the end of the book, and Marty ends up killing him. Again, it's a really short book. It's only about 120 or 30 pages or so. And actually, it's kind of funny because I've read this before, and a lot of their pictures, or a lot of the book has pictures in it, which is nice, a nice little change, but it makes for the book to be even shorter. So anyway, that's my review of it. I liked it, kind of similar to vampires. I'm not really a werewolf kind of person, not really a vampire kind of person, so there you go. That's the only part I didn't like about it, was that it dealt with werewolf. So anyway, the next book I'm going to read by Stephen King is called The Talisman, which he did with Peter Straub. So that's the next book I'm going to read. And I bid you all farewell and happy reading.